My name's Duddits, I do builds and stuff. Today's build and video is absolutely disgusting. It's so powerful right now and it's only going to get better with the brand new gear set that's coming in the Edge of Fate. It's a ninja Japanese martial art gear set called the Iaido. Final blows with freshly drawn weapons, Helio, and we're going to get damage reduction when we use bows, shotguns or swords. The word Iaido comes from the Japanese language. It's a martial art containing 4 components: bows, shotguns and swords. And we're going to be looking at Lord of Wolves, but Omen is what the focus is of this particular video, because this sword with Surrounded and Unrelenting paired up with Infinite Frost Armor build and all the healing that you're going to get from the martial art ninja set is going to be absolutely insane. So stay with me, I'm going to break this build down. I'll start with the sword, the Omen. It's a Stasis, it's a caster frame, absolutely insane sword. Put Unrelenting on there, rapidly defeating targets, triggers in improved health regeneration. That's the enhanced version. It procs more often and it works extremely well against mages. A very good perk. Unrelenting, it's basically like health on kill. And then you've got Surrounded. This weapon gains improved bonus damage when 3 or more targets are in close proximity. Because it's a sword, you're going to be using Surrounded all of the time. It's a no-brainer pick for me. It's also got a very good origin trait, the radial area transposer. Rapid final blows cause targets to explode into a pool of radial area fluid. That just works nice with your Unrelenting as well. Now, this new gear set that's coming in Kepler, we're going to be able to get this pretty early on. I believe it's called the Iaido. This is a Japanese sort of ninja martial art type of inspired idea, I think. Final blows with freshly drawn or reloaded weapons, Helio. So whenever you use a freshly drawn weapon, you're going to get healing. And then the 4-piece bonus, bows, shotguns or sword, final blows temporarily reduce incoming damage. Damaging targets with these weapons extends the effect. So we're going to get healing and damage reduction on tap just from using bows, shotguns and swords. Now, bows, shotguns and sword, there's loads of different ways you can go with it, but the best shotgun in the game probably right now is Lord of Wolves, and this is going to get buffed next season, which we'll go into. We're going to get some solar stasis combos going, and then we've got the Omen sword, obviously, so there's your sword and your shotgun. Again, you can use pretty much anything, and then the bow is going to be Accrued Redemption with Kinetic Tremors. That is going to work nicely with the gear set. Now, what I'm going to do is just focus on the sword just for a brief minute. This sword is crazy good. It is so good. That caster frame, it does loads of damage when you're not surrounded, and when you are surrounded, you're going to get an absolutely massive 35% damage increase, I believe. I think it's not as high as other weapons, but I think it's 35% damage. And this sword, once you've got it all sort of working together, just the Surrounded and the Unrelenting, it is really, really strong. You can like dance in between groups of high-level enemies, champions, whatever. Like I said, get that extra damage from Surrounded, get the healing from Unrelenting, and don't forget that caster frame at a distance also works pretty well. And the good thing with Enhanced Unrelenting, the high-level enemies, the more times that healing procs. And like I said, that caster frame, pretty good just for a distance. About scout rifle range, to be honest. Look at that, really, really good. You'll see that Unrelenting kicking in the top. If you just keep an eye on that health bar, you'll see that just keeps getting topped up nicely. Obviously now, I haven't got the gear set right now. It's not available until Tuesday, Wednesday next week, whenever it comes out. I believe it's going to be quite early. So you can only imagine getting healing and extra damage reduction on top of that. Now you'll also notice that I've got Frost Armor on tap with this build as well. This is where the build is going to get super, super interesting, because it's one of my favourite exotics, and a lot of people don't like this exotic. I think you're all crazy. I love it. Ballados Wrathweavers. Targets frozen by your Winter's Wrath take increased shatter damage. Allies in range of your Winter's Wrath and Shockwave gain Frost Armor. Deal increased damage with stasis weapons. Granting these buffs to allies grants you super energy. But the bottom part literally gives you ×8 Frost Armor every time you use your Rift. As long as you run the Frost Pulls, you instantaneously get ×8 Frost Armor, which is 50%. And it also gives you ×2 Weapon Surge whenever you use your Rift. ×2 Weapon Surge plus Surrounded is naughty. As long as you run Whisper of Ram, this increases your Frost Armor stacks. You're going to get ×8 on tap. as well as your Frost Pulse aspect. If you pair it up with a Glacial Harvest, every time you freeze something, you're going to create stasis shards. The better or higher the enemy, the more stasis shards you create. And then you keep collecting them, and that's going to keep refreshing your Frost Armor. Now, with Ballondors, like we've just said, I'll give you a quick example. Whenever you use your Stasis Super as well, when you come out with that Super, it also gives you instantaneous ×8 Frost Armor, and it also gives you ×4 Weapon Surge whenever you use your Super. So when you use your Super, you get ×8 Frost Armor and a ×4 Weapon Surge. And whenever you use your Rift, it gives you ×8 Frost Armor and a ×2 Stasis Weapon Surge as well. Pair that up with your Surrounded, and it's some mega damage. And you've got Unrelenting and Frost Armor on tap, without even mentioning this new Ninja gear set. So ×8 Frost Armor, loads and loads of damage reduction from the gear set. Healing, now that's the only thing with Stasis I found in Frost Armor, the lack of healing. Well, this new armor set is going to give you healing. You'll see in that clip, that's the Glacial Harvest. As long as you keep freezing targets, you're going to be able to keep that Frost Armor going without having to get kills. As long as you freeze, you can just keep stacking that ×8 Frost Armor. It's a really good little combo, Frost Pulse and Glacial Harvest. Now, that's the sword covered. Now, what about the solar weapons? Cauterized Darkness is also coming in next season, the seasonal artifact pack. Stasis or strand debuff non-boss combatants take increased solar damage from all sources. Fever and Chill, rapid precision hits with solar weapons are going to give you Radiant, Cough Cough, Lord of Wolves, and then rapid hits with Stasis weapons grant you Frost Armor, and then we're going to get Radiant all the time with things like Lord of Wolves, and then you add in Radiant Shrapnel, dealing sustained damage while Radiant or defeating a Scorch combatant with a weapon causes the targets to release solar projectiles that damage and scorch on impact. Are you not impressed? Because I cannot wait to get my hands on this gear set and them seasonal artifact packs with this build. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So just basically being able to give Radiant to Lord of Wolves, get all that healing from the gear set. You've also got the Catalyst, which also scorches, so we're also going to be putting out some massive damage like Radiant Shrapnel and things like that, and it's very easy to freeze things, so you're going to take advantage of that Cauterized Darkness. Whatever buff that is, I'm hoping it's about 10-20% extra damage on your Lord of Wolves just by freezing them. And don't forget, you've got all your other abilities, not just your Frost Pulse, things like Dustfield Grenade and your melee as well. Just taking advantage of it all the time. And then again, just sort of finally, you can imagine there at the bottom, at the top, sorry, where it says Final Blows, with freshly drawn or reloaded weapons are going to heal you. Now, freshly drawn weapons, does that mean your sword? Because your sword, as soon as you switch to it, it's freshly drawn. So you could probably do some sort of damage combo where you're going to do your sword, switch to your Lord of Wolves, go back to your sword, and get a damage bonus that way as well. So that's all to take into account as well on day one. Like I said, it's going to require a bit of testing on day one, but I fully believe this build's going to be absolutely insane. And these gear sets, do not sleep on them. Start looking them up. I've covered a couple of them. I will link them in the video. I did a photo inhibition garden of Salvation origin trait video with a gear set about kinetic bonuses. Please watch that. And I also did a Hoarfrost Z Stasis Titan build, which will also work insanely well with this gear set. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.